What's up, everybody? It's me, Joey P, Joe Pizzapia, back with another buy low, sell high video here on FantasyPros MLB channel. Don't forget to subscribe to our MLB channel at FantasyPros. We're growing because of good people like you, and we keep putting out good content for you to consume, so enjoy it. Like this video. It's literally the least you can do, and we appreciate it. So thank you very much. Now, on to the names to buy low, sell high. Let's get trading. All right, let's start with a big name. Let's start with Mike Trout. Yes, Mike Trout, that guy. You heard of him? Mike Trout windows for buy low are typically non-existent, but he has had a dreadful start to the month of June. Obviously, the Angels just firing their manager, Joe Maddon. Everything is going backwards in LA, and not for the Dodgers, but for the Angels. So this is a good time to kind of capitalize on the chaos and take your chance at Mike Trout. It's going to probably take a Kyle Tucker or a JD Martinez or some piece like that and a pitcher to probably get the conversation going. But I'm going to warn you, if you're going to try to make an offer for Mike Trout, come correct, son or daughter or whatever. I'm telling you right now, you got to make sure you make it a good offer. Don't waste people's time because Mike Trout is still a top 5 talent. He proved that over the month of May. It's just too bad since Memorial Day, Mike Trout hasn't done much. But even in Dynasty Leagues, this might be your window to try to pry him away. People might be getting frustrated with how things are going in LA. Another guy to buy low on is Hunter Green. The ERA is still very high, but if you've watched what he's done lately, it's been some really good outings. The K rate's very high. The team is still pretty bad. So people are probably still in redraft leagues kind of feeling weird about Hunter Green. They don't know what to do with him. But I'm telling you right now, just for the K rate alone, he is worth the purchase. So I would be looking to get Hunter Green on my team. You could probably flip him, I would say maybe for a Logan Webb, who's been a little disappointing lately, and get a guy with a bigger K rate like Hunter Green. Take that kind of shot. If you're down in Ks, Hunter Green is a name you should be looking for. Another name you should be looking for to buy is Sal Perez. Now, Sal Perez, if you're looking at the slash line this year as a DH, hitting 270 with a 313 OBP and a 580 slugging, that's pretty good. But if you look at the other side of the coin when he's catching behind the plate, he's a 155 hitter this year with a 194 OBP, 291 slugging. The man should just be DHing at this point. Look, last year this guy led the major leagues in home runs. He's had some injuries this year. They've got MJ Melendez behind the dish already. So Sal Perez can be a guy you can just make an everyday DH in Kansas City. And this might be your one opportunity to really buy on him right now. Not a lot of great catchers around, so taking a buy low opportunity on Sal Perez is a good one because he's been disappointing long enough that I think owners are going to get frustrated with him. Next on our list is Jesse Winker. Now look, Jesse Winker is a dude that I was telling everybody to stay away from in drafts, and so far I've been right. But there's always a price, just like the $1 Million Man used to say, there's a price for everybody. And now the price on Jesse Winker is far cheaper than what his ADP was. So now I'm buying, especially in OBP leagues, because you know he's always excelled there. There's some good deeper stats on Jesse Winker. They're telling you he's starting to turn things around, and now's the time to try to get your hands on this outfielder because eventually he will be better. Sometimes change of scenery is tough. I know. I told you be careful of that change in ballpark, and that's been a tough thing for him. But still, Jesse Winker's stock has hit rock bottom, and that, my friends, is the time to buy. So those are the buys. Who are the sells? Let's start with Carlos Rodon. Did you know that Carlos Rodon at home this year has a glowing 2 mid ERA, but when he gets it on the road, that ERA is around 4? No bueno. I'd be looking right now to trade Carlos Rodon if I could, and maybe even take a guy like Tariq Skubal. Maybe Tariq Skubal plus. I think you could pull it off. I really do. I believe in you. Carlos Rodon is a very good pitcher. He brings a really big injury risk. Those splits are a little troubling right now. And I am telling you right now, you gave me Skubal and an outfielder, or Skubal and an infielder, or Skubal and maybe another pitcher, I would absolutely take that for Carlos Rodon rest of season. Skubal's been that good, and Carlos Rodon has been that all over the place. He's still a really good pitcher, no doubt about it, but those splits are concerning, especially in those week-to-week leagues if you're playing in those. Another guy to consider trading just on principle is Martin Perez. Look, he is 4-2 with a 1.56 ERA, and the whip is unbelievably good. But you gotta at some point realize that he's a career 4.5 ERA pitcher. So even if he's found another gear, even if he's found the best version of Martin Perez, it's not going to be Sandy Koufax. It's not going to be a 1.5 ERA the rest of the season. And he might get traded to a contender. So look, it's very possible you could take Martin Perez, wait another couple weeks, and then trade him if he gets dealt to, say, the Blue Jays or the Braves or the Dodgers or even the Mets, who could use another starting pitcher potentially. But This is also a good time to remind yourself that eventually Martin Perez is going to turn into some sort of a pumpkin once again, so start to look to unload him. Last guy on the list here is Jock Peterson. Jock Peterson is a career 233 hitter with an 800 OPS. Right now, coming into this week's action, he was slashing 271, 349, 602. Jock Peterson has been a streaky player his whole career. I would kick the tires on a guy like Ketel Marte or maybe Andrew Vaughn in exchange for Jock Peterson. You might be able to pull that deal off, and if you do, I think your team will be better off for it. So, those are the guys to buy low and sell high on. Again, I hope you like this video, and please subscribe to Fantasy Pros MLB, where you can catch leading off 5 days a week right here live, noon Eastern, on our YouTube channel. And don't forget, check out all the great content at FantasyPros.com. That'll do it for us, but the story of the game goes on. I'm Joey P. See you next time, kids.
Thanks for tuning in to the Fantasy Pros YouTube channel. Don't forget to check out our featured videos. And while you're at it, make sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at FantasyPros, so you can get the latest news and updates to give you the edge you need in your fantasy league.